What's up, nerds? I am Quam, here to bring you another mechanic breakdown video. Today we're going to be discussing Legion. So what is Legion? Legion is a mechanic that pits you, the Exile, against 5 armies locked in timeless conflict. The objective? Kill them all, take everything. Let's go. For this video, I'm going to play some recorded clips from my gameplay, and I'm going to talk over them to explain all the various mechanics of Legion. First, I'm going to talk about how to get Legion in your maps. The first and most reliable way, as I'm sure you're all interested, is through scarabs. All 3 scarabs will guarantee a Legion encounter inside your maps. The lowest is a rusted Legion scarab, which is going to give you just 1 monolith in your maps. Now, notice it says an additional encounter. So if the map has procs that 10% chance to randomly spawn a monolith, you will actually get 2 inside your map if you're using a Legion scarab. A polished scarab will provide an additional Legion counter and will also guarantee a warhorde for each factions. Warhordes are just large chests that provide a number of splinters in addition to providing some other bonus. That could be currency, that could be fragments, Harbinger fragments, it could be any of the prize pools that are in the game. And so that's that benefit. Using a gilded scarab will ensure each legion is accompanied by a general. So you'll have hordes and generals on each side of the battlefield. This is the way to maximize your profit from legions if you are running for splinters. The other ways that you can obtain legion on your map include an inherent 10% chance for legion to spawn on any map that you run. You can also find them as a delve node in the mine. And you can also find it in the Hall of Metal room in the Temple of Itzwatl if you change that to that room. Now, in our case, you go ahead and just put the scarab inside the map device with your map. You say activate, and it's ready to go. Once your map loads up, just go ahead and run your map as normal. There's nothing special you have to do until you find the monolith. When you find the monolith, what you'll end up seeing will be 2 factions together. There will always be 2 factions, and they will always be random. There are 5 total factions, and the factions that spawn will determine the splinters that you will get. Now, the reasons that you want warhordes and generals in your legions is because they really increase the number of splinters that you will get. We're collecting splinters because you want to collect 100 of each splinter in order to create a timeless emblem. The timeless emblems, which I will talk about later, will open the passageway to the domain of timeless conflict. So when you come up to a monolith, personally, I like to clear the surrounding areas, primarily in higher tier maps, and if the mods are wonky, so that you don't have to mess with other mods while you're doing the encounter. So when you hit the monolith, you're going to have a brief flash of light, and everything is going to spawn. Now, if there is a general, which are always spawned at the rear of each formation, there will be little lightning tendrils that come off of the monolith, indicating that there's a general in that direction. You need to pay attention to this, and I'll provide a comparison later for one that hasn't and one that doesn't. This one happens to have it, and if you'll notice, I drew arrows indicating that there are those purple tendrils saying there's a general to the top and the bottom. So we come up there, notice that large chest, that's a horde, and the generals, like that one there, I already popped it, it glows purple apart from all the other mods to indicate that it is actually a general. Do you see how that one has a purple sheen to it? That's how you know it's a general. Now, when the timer expires or you kill all the mobs, they are broken free from their place in history, and you're able to kill them all. Now, you need to be extremely careful because they will inherit all of the modifiers from your map, and the sergeants, the one that typically have rewards over their head, they hit pretty hard. So just be prepared. And you notice here, I killed the general and got a large number of splinters. I opened this Warhorde and got a large number of splinters. And then as we go up over here, we'll kill some more. And then we'll collect splinters from this particular faction. Now you see all the sergeants, they have the little rewards over their head. That indicates when they die, that is what they are going to drop, or they will drop a reward of that type. Generals have out in the world, I guess, in maps, they have no inherent reward type. Generals will always just drop a number of splinters. It will be normal chests, sergeants, warhordes, such as that one there, that contain the big rewards. Now, these are incubators. Incubators are just items that you will apply to any of your items, and you can even do this to corrupted items that will have a counter with a certain number of enemies on it. So you just right click and then left click on any piece of gear that you have, and it'll have a number of monsters to kill. After you've killed that many monsters, oh, and by the way, here is the difference. Notice in the right side, there are no tendrils. There is no generals in that formation. So you can just start killing everything. And you do want to move to the back as fast as you can, because most of the rewards are in the rears of the formations. The sergeants are there. You don't have to worry so much about wasting time killing all of these, I guess, the little minions, the ads, the foot soldiers, if you will. So back to the incubators. The incubators, you just kill however many number monsters above a certain item level that it says on the incubator. And then you will drop an item of that incubator type. You can get incubators for any of the rewards in the game. You can get them even for Elder or Shaper bases. And you can even incubate 6-link items. Now, there's no guarantee that the 6-link item will be good, that it will be a unique. It will just be a 6-link item. So that's one reason that those particular incubators are not necessarily that expensive. And also, you have to kill quite a few monsters, usually to the tune of 15,000 plus. So you can imagine that would take a while. So you see here, we're just kind of killing. Notice that there are the purple tendrils here indicating that there are generals. And so we kind of pop back here. We pop that general, and then we're going to quickly go to the other side of the formation and kill the other general. Then we will waste our time while the timer still goes, killing the other mobs, if you will. Now, something to keep in mind is that all of these monsters, their on-death effects will proc while they're still frozen in time. So, for example, if one of the monsters have volatile flame blood, which is that ball of fire like that one that chases you, it will proc one time when you basically destroy the frozen version of the enemy, and it will proc again when they come out of stasis and you actually kill them. So this is something to keep in mind if you are susceptible for some reason to a number of these crazy flame ball things or anything else that happens to be in these encounters. Once you collect 100 of each splinter, you'll obtain a timeless emblem. There are 5 emblems for the 5 factions. So, in order to start the Domain of Timeless Conflict, you can put anywhere from 2 to 5 emblems in your map device. Well, whoa, Quam. I only have 4 slots in my map device. Well, we'll talk about that in a minute. When you enter the Domain of Timeless Conflict, you'll enter a large open area that contains a number of, I guess, dead bodies that are also locked in stasis. When you approach the center, you will spawn all of the legions that you have put an emblem in there for. And you will notice that the generals are marked with the green indicator on the minimap. So basically, you will go around and you will kill all of these generals and continue moving around. And the only things you should spend time killing are the things that have the generals and that have rewards over their head. Do not waste any time killing any of the other mobs. Nothing drops here. As you'll notice, the rewards are compiling at the bottom in the center of the screen. Now, I do not recommend this doing solo unless you have an incredibly fast build. It goes much better with a partner or more than one person. And the reason is because when you kill all of the generals, you have to go back to the center there, which I came out of too early, and you have to wait and proc another wave of monsters. And you notice I went too fast. I have to stand in the center, wait, there's the wave, everything gets revived, the generals are now back up. So you have to kill all the generals again. And you continue this cycle for the entire time period, and as many mobs as you can kill, that's how many rewards you're going to get. So when you're with friends, each one can take a position killing some of the generals, and then you just have one person that stays in the center that when told, they jump out and jump back into the center to reset the generals, and then everyone just kills, and then nobody spends any time rolling around. So typically, even by myself, I've only just barely gone over 1 layer rewards. My build is not a fast build. So again, another reason that I don't recommend you do this solo. Now, when this is all finished, as you can see, we have 30 seconds left, and I continue killing all these monsters and the generals, the whole thing is all the legions will disappear, and the experience is over. All of the rewards that I have accumulated there at the bottom will drop. And you can get anything from any of those reward classes. The other reward you can get, which I did not get in this encounter, is a timeless jewel. The timeless jewels that you see, there are 5 timeless jewels, 1 for each legion, that modify your atlas in a certain way. And I can cover those in a different video. Now notice when we completed this, it said I unlocked a 5th socket in my map device. When and only when you complete a 4-way timeless conflict, which is what we did, we used 4 emblems, it now permanently adds, at least for the rest of the league, it permanently adds a 5th slot in your map device, which means that you can not only put your map and 3 other things, but you can add in 1 additional scarab or fragment or something else to juice your maps further. As you can see here, you now have 5 sockets, and you can play around with those however you wish. Thanks for watching, everyone, and I hope this video has helped you gain a better understanding of the Legion mechanic. Take this knowledge, go forth, and be great. See ya, nerds!